Hello everyone. We are honored to host our esteemed alumnus, Miss Urja Raheja. Ma'am completed her graduation from SRCC in 2019, where besides having a strong academic foundation, she also served as the secretary of the placement cell. She then went on to pursue her masters in economics and subsequently secured an All India Rank 2 in Indian Economic Services examination, where she is currently an officer trainee.
To begin, how would you describe your experience of studying at SRCC? What was your initial impression of the college and how did that evolve over your time here?
I entered SRCC, I guess, back in 2016. So it was a lot intimidating. It's not right now at all. So it was a new experience coming from a small city, but studying in a bunch of all intelligent people. So intimidating at first, but made a great group out here. Had an amazing interaction with people back in placement cell and the 13 other societies that I pursued in my first year. So it was a whole group, I guess, of around 100-200 friends by the end of first year. So I get that intimidation didn't last for a very long time.
What initially drew you to economics as a discipline, and at what point did you start seeing public policy as something you might want to pursue seriously as a career?
I guess the interest in public policy stemmed back from eco honors only because we had great professors to learn from who would tell us the nuances of how things work on field. So IES as a job entails lots of policy making and also policy implementation, evaluation as such, not implementation as a core strategy. So our task is more around understanding what evidence we need to put that pilot on ground. So that interest stemmed from having a career in government sphere as such, and also because you understand that economics as a subject is very, very, very dynamic. So it is a subject that offers you that opportunity to be continuously learning and improvising. So I guess that interest stemmed from there.
Preparing for the Indian Economic Services is a long and demanding process. What did that phase teach you about yourself beyond textbooks?
For IES as such, it's a long process for most of the people. It wasn't for me. I started in January 2025 and the process wrapped up for me on 30th September, the day our results were out. But I can say that the preparation in general for a government job was pretty long because I have been into CSE prep before. So it's taken lots of youthful years of my life. But I feel that age group from 20 to 25 where you actually get into that serious zone of coming into a government prep, it takes a lot of mental, physical and emotional stamina all at once. So it takes a lot from you because it is demanding. It has lots of syllabus. The syllabus is not as defined as you would want it to be. But somewhere or the other, it teaches you about your personality a lot, that you are more than an exam that you're pursuing. So that's the biggest learning I had, that this is just a paper. This is just an exam. This is just a part of my life. I have made it my life before, but this is my suggestion, that treat it like an exam. It is just an exam.
Looking back, were there any specific experiences, mentors or habits you picked up at SRCC that played an important role in where you are today?
I had the opportunity to learn from, I guess, every possible professor in the eco department because of the variety of subjects that I took. But yeah, I remember evidently the classes of Priyanka Bhatia ma'am, and she was amazing. So I have rushed to attend her classes no matter how early they were in the day. And also one good habit that we developed during this tenure was the habit of being a very disciplined kid, because attending tunes was something I genuinely did, and I tried not to miss too many classes because of placements especially. So that was one good learning. But I guess the habit of being understanding your books, understanding concepts before you actually put down things on paper was something that eco honors taught me.
Serving as the secretary of the placement cell gave you a wider view of SRCC beyond academics. How did that shape your college journey?
Secretary journey was more around the website development that we had in huge mess that time. So the launching of the website was the highlight of my third year. But secretary and dealing with the SCs and the JCs at that time, it was a very, very, very good learning experience because I was interacting with people who were younger than me back then. So it was a nice experience, and I'm glad I'm still in touch with most of them. and it still feels the same vibe around, so that makes me really happy.
For SRCC students who are just beginning to explore economics, policy, or civil services, what is one piece of advice you wish someone had given you earlier?
I feel if you are planning to pursue a career in any government job for that matter, policy making is a specialist role. CSE as such is a very generalist role. So if you're planning to pursue a career in the government sphere, one advice for me is that be very clear on your intent to be joining this. I don't remember having a very clear vision of why I wanted to pursue this, but it took me a year or two to figure out my motive to be entering into this space. So I'll just say that even if you don't prepare in the college, just make sure that you have a very clear vision in your head, and if you're very convinced and very committed, because honestly this is a very, very, very long journey. So your commitment will be driven from your motive to be entering into this service. So just be very clear of why you want to do this, and trust me, it will drive your way through.
If you could rewind to one day at SRCC, which memory would you want to relive?
One day at SRCC is a very difficult memory to remember, I guess. But I guess the Freshers' Day was the most happening day that I had, because it was the first time we were entering the auditorium, meeting my batchmates all at once, interacting with the seniors as well as the peers of different societies. So that's one day I can relive again. It's great to be back here and interacting with very fresh minds. I was out there in the market a few days back and I saw very fresh, vibrant faces, like kids like you guys are 10 years younger to me. So it's very nice to be interacting with you. The problem stays the same, but it's nice to hear you guys out, and the technology has changed a lot. So to be seeing you guys conducting a series as awesome as this was a pleasure. And thank you so much for having me for this, and it was great to be interacting with you all. Thank you.